Welcome. Southeast Iowa Union Prep Sports Plus, powered by the Southeast Iowa Union. I'm Andy. This is Jack. Jack, how's life?
Life is busy, but that's good. It means we're attending a lot of fun events, but it is a busy time right now with state wrestling coming up and postseason basketball getting ironed out for girls on Thursday. Gonna have some draws. So
Going to have the road to Casey's will be paved by Thursday for the girls' teams to the Casey Center.
long road.
Tell you what, Jack. Nor, not only could the associations not put these basketball tournaments together, but this show would not be made possible without some of the best local sponsors around, powered by Fairway Food Stores, as always, and all the other advertisers you see. Jack, you know what Fairway has? I'm going to put you in a situation here. You
The
ready?
best food around.
They got the best. He's the best guy
The best guy
around. What
around.
murder?
What murder?
He was the best guy around.
What about the people he murdered?
What murder?
Pretend that you had a cough on Saturday. Okay?
Ugh.
A big cough. Cough so much that you were just pounding cough drops, which you could have got at Fairway. Your cough's gone. You're feeling good. But there's side effects. Because when you eat cough drops, you tend to kind of play around with the chewing and kind of like throw it around in your mouth a little bit and maybe even like break it in half and do a little juggling in your mouth. And what happens is you stab yourself over and over and over in the middle of your mouth and get like 40 canker sores in your mouth. And so then the following Wednesday, your mouth is full of sores. But guess what? You can go get some pretzels at Fairway Food Stores. They got this salt on the edge of them, and they will burn those right up, and
Oh,
you'll be better in no time. That's what I'm doing today. I'm just gonna eat pretzels all day.
that's a good cure.
Yeah, I can't really eat cough drops like a normal person. I'm kind of the owl from the How Many Licks Does It Take to Get
Oh
to
yeah,
the Center of a Tootsie Pop. Can't keep
right.
my teeth off of them, and I just end up stabbing myself. I just wait until it breaks, and then it breaks, and those are some jagged edges, and so
Right.
I'm in pain today. But am I gonna sit out? Am I gonna do load management because I'm in pain? No, no, I am not, people. Uh, I was in pain last night, but I was soothed by some Southeast Conference girls basketball. Jack, we had the latest installment of the War on 34 between the Mount Pleasant Panthers and the Fairfield Trojans at historic Fairfield High School. And for the fifth time in 6 matchups, the Mount Pleasant Fairfield girls varsity basketball game was decided by less than 5 points. One of the they say that you grow up, you hear about Tobacco Road, you hear about you hear about Celtics Lakers in the 80s. Doesn't get any closer than when Fairfield and Mount Pleasant play girls basketball. And Jack was away yesterday, and so we were texting and we were giving little predictions. Jack, someone had a Nostradamus-like prediction last night.
Yeah, this was incredible. So I received a text. I was not at any events last night, but I received a text. Let's see, so this was at 7:28 p.m. and the girls' game was going to tip off at 7:30. So this is early before I started. From Andy, he asked for my prediction for this Fairfield game, and he went even more in depth. And I'm reading this in part for our audience, part for our super producer Peter Camp. Andy said, final score Fairfield 42, Mount Pleasant 41. He gave some Fairfield and Mount Pleasant top 3, and he set a scenario. He said Maddie, as in Maddie Martin of Fairfield, will be fouled with a tied game with less than 15 seconds. She will miss the first free throw, make the second. Mount Pleasant will then turn it over on the final possession. Andy, what happened in the final seconds of the actual game? That's your prediction.
Almost completely perfect. It was tied 44-44 with 44 seconds left. Shout out Hawkeye legend Greg Bruner, number 44, also Dallas Clark. 43.9 seconds technically. When that was actually when Kinley White from Mount Pleasant had a shot to take the lead. Instead, missed those, got the offensive rebound, missed that. Maddie Martin of Fairfield gets the rebound, fouled with 38.3 seconds left. A little more seconds than I said. Missed the first. And when she missed the first, I said, oh my gosh, this prediction might be coming true if she makes the second. Bangs in the second free throw, puts Fairfield up 45-44. Now, there was a little bit of, that was with still over 35 seconds, so there was like a little bit of, there was a possession each way. But fast forward 30 seconds later, Mount Pleasant has the ball. They only had 2.3 seconds left. And an almost buzzer beater by Peyton Insminger, who did get past her defender and floated up a shot that sunk through the net, but a travel was called before she shot the ball. Turned over.
Which is a turnover.
Like predicted, just a couple hours earlier by your sports editor, Andy Krutzinger. And I was so disappointed when I was on the road last night, Jack, because I interviewed a couple of the Fairfield kids, Maddie Martin, who had the game-winning free throw, and then Faith Jones, who led the team with 14 points. And I was like, oh, I definitely gonna brag about how I basically predicted the end of this game hours ago. And then I got caught up in interview mode, and I totally forgot about it until I got back in my car. But this is me officially saying that you put Andy's brain and you put a little post-flu medication in there, and you concoct it with some cough drops and some Barks root beer, and it is basically like the dude from England that we always give credit for saving our butts in World War II, even though it was probably just the fact that the USA is so great that we couldn't. Turing, the guy who solved the Enigma, that's basically where my brain goes, and it can literally visualize the future like That's So Raven. And yeah, 45-44 Trojans, the first season sweep and the first home conference win in 4 years for Fairfield girls basketball. They had gotten a few conference wins, but they'd only come on the road. Trojans led by Faith Jones, 14 points. Vanessa Kessel and Emma Metcalf both had 8. Maddie Martin with 6, including that game-winning free throw, her second. By the way, the whole reason I predicted her to get the game-winning points is because last time she had the game-winning and won against Mount Pleasant. Lauren Martin, 3, Lenora Felt, 2. On the Panther side, Abby Carthy, who has a buzzer beater game winner against Fairfield in her career, had 18 points for the Panthers. Fun exercise to do right now is to just keep checking the Mount Pleasant leading scores for the season list after every game, because there's a jumble to see who's going to end up as the leading scorer. And I think she might have taken it back over after that 18 last night. Abigail Shellengoski with 9, 6 each from Haley Lightoff and Peyton Insminger, Maya Starr 5, and Kinley White with 2. So Trojans get their second SEC win. Big one for Fairfield. Mount Pleasant still looking for that first SEC win. Fairfield now plays Burlington. And they could play, not spoiler, but fun spoiler, because I'm pretty sure Fairfield could upset Burlington in girls basketball. That'd be all she wrote as long as Keokuk won. Keokuk's looking to try and close out the math on the SEC. So Trojan girls over Panther girls, and I'm going to throw it over to Jackie because he's got some recent demon action, but I've got some demon action afterwards. So Jack, you were there while I was recovering. I took a gap day on Monday, even though I was feeling a little better. Stayed home, watched a little Southeast Iowa video network. What else could you watch? Jack was on the call for a little Mid-Prairie, Washington, Battle of Washington County, Jack.
Yeah, they played for a trophy in this game, which was kind of exciting. Farm Bureau Financial Services, one of our good sponsors, sponsored the night. They gave away free popcorn, had a trophy for both the boys and the girls games. But It was not the team in black and orange who took the trophy in either game. It was instead the team in black and gold, Mid-Prairie. They swept Washington on the night. The girls, they won 61-40. This is, of course, a really good Mid-Prairie girls team, still ranked number 13 in Class 3A. And they really just won with their pace, got out in transition. Sabambi led the team in scoring, 17 points. Brooklyn Schneider had 12. Morgan Bender had 10, and they scored 61 as a team. They really got running out in transition. I talked to Tessa after that game and said, it's a really fun style to play. They've got a first-year head coach. It was battle first-year head coaches with Colin Mulford at Washington and Jenny Hobbs, who, of course, played for Mid-Prairie, played at Iowa State. But, yeah, they were just absolutely pushing the pace. And, kind of struggled early, probably could have won by more, frankly. Missed some shots at the rim, had some kind of uncharacteristic turnovers. But, yeah, beat Washington on the glass, which most teams don't normally do. And they were just, they were sending three kind of, Colin Mulford said it best. He was like, the rude term is cherry picking, because that always has a bad connotation, which is not really what they were doing, but they were just so fast and getting down the court. It just looked like they were kind of had one player sort of camping on the other end. So they look like a really impressive team. We'll see how they do in the postseason. Boys game, a little bit closer, but Mid-Prairie also got a win in that one, 68-57 over Washington. This game was really close. Washington was actually winning at halftime. They were up by 2. They won the first quarter 15-9 and really kind of left a little bit on the table in that one. I thought they could have kind of gone up by more. They struggled with turnovers all game. Mid-Prairie, props to them, played really good defense. They cut off the driving lanes really well. Drew Conrad, Rajan Roth for Washington, like we've talked a lot about how they like to drive, get to the rim. They were met with like a lot of resistance by Mid-Prairie's players. It wasn't really anyone in particular. They just, all kind of did a good job running good old Darren Lambert's system. But then it was the third quarter. They got out on a 16-4 run to start the third, scored 25 in the quarter after only scoring 27 in the first half. So that was really the separator. And then Washington couldn't really get back in it in the fourth. They only scored 12 points in the last quarter. So Mid-Prairie pulls away. They're 12-5. Washington is 10-7. The Demon boys and girls will play rematches against Fort Madison, who they both swept on the road earlier this year, which is an impressive win. That should be a really good game, especially on the girls' side. Fort Madison girls have definitely improved since the first time those two teams played all the way back on January 2nd. So that will be on the Southeast Iowa Video Network at home. Another doubleheader to start your weekend. But yeah, 2 wins for Mid-Prairie. They look pretty good going into their final stretch. I think the girls have now won like 6 in a row, and the boys, I think 4 or 5 in a row. And the girls, really hard schedule coming up. They play Tipton. Actually, they played Tipton last night in both boys and girls. But for the girls, Tipton's ranked. And they actually beat them, Andy. They won by 10, number 11 Tipton. So big win for Mid-Prairie girls. Then they're going to play Regina Catholic, another ranked team. They're also ranked for boys, which the boys team blew out Tipton 77-36. So there you go.
There we go. And hey, Mid-Prairie Washington girls, you never know. That might not be the last time they play. They can be playing real soon. We'll find out. I'm jealous of the people watching this on Thursday when it comes out, because today's the day. It's the first day of the tournament brackets coming out. So many new fun things to say and do. I'm so excited but nervous too. Shout out to baby JJ for that song. I was at a little Panther Demon action on Friday night. And bring you up to speed on that one. We had a double header. A double header, not a double header. On the girl side, speaking of those Washington girls, won the Demon Panther showdown by less than probably they wanted to, expected. Wasn't the most jovial celebration after an 8-point victory for former Mount Pleasant prep Colin Mulford on head coaching at his old stomping grounds for the first time, 51-43. Mount Pleasant played great defense in this. enough to where they were able to at least, kind of tease back into it a couple different times. But Washington had a steady lead. They never gave up the lead. They were only up 5 at halftime, but they did bring that up to 12 at the third quarter. And then actually in the fourth, Mount Pleasant started chipping away a little bit, but never got within a couple of possessions in the fourth. And Adeline Long, 22 points in that one going off. That was the night after, by the way. Jack saw Leighton Messenger drop 19 on the Fairfield girls. So what a rivalry week, by the way, for Washington Hoops, where they played 3 of their biggest rivals in like 5 days. And on the girl on the Panther side, Peyton Insminger with 15, Abby Carthy with 13. And then in the boys game, it was the Mount Pleasant Panthers, 60-46. Got it to a huge start in this one. They went 16-5. I think that's really been the huge difference for Mount Pleasant, is that they go right into it, right into their inside game. Isaiah Lang had 26 points in that. Ryan Helling had 15. And then the next day, they played and beat Mediapolis badly, beat them by 30 points, and broke the school's field goal percentage in a game record. Panthers tried to make it another huge win in a row. They went to Marion, a very tough team, lost by 5 on Monday. They were actually playing a former Panther and Christian Stacy, and that one that now plays for Marion. But Panthers playing very well in that boys game. For the Demons, Drew Conrad had 14. Nick Stone had 12. That one for Washington, it really felt like they were always down like 10 or 12 points. And there were a few times where Washington's kind of one of those teams where, since they score so fast, it could feel like, oh man, Washington's really off today. Like they're getting beaten pretty badly. And then you look at the scoreboard and you're like, well, it's only 10. If they score here and then get a steal, it's going to be a tight game. And they just could not get that shot that cuts it to like 6-7 points. They could never get that going for him. So Panthers and Demons boys wise, by the way, both 4-4 in the conference. So they are right in the middle. So when those boys tournament brackets come out, never know. We might see Panther Demon 3 on the boys' side. We won't see it on the girls' side. That's the rarity where Mount Pleasant's a 4A team, so they'll probably be playing Fort Madison or Keokuk, whereas our Demon Trojans, Golden Hawks, could be playing on the girls' side. So that's all we got for the big school basketball. We come back, we've got some fresh releases that aren't fresh to the people watching because this is a day later. But the super duper conference shootout is this weekend. We're going to tell you who's playing who. So don't touch the dial. We'll be back.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Well, hello, friends. We are back. Hello, everyone. Mr. Andy here and Mr. Jack for some Southeast Iowa Union Prep Sports Plus. We got some scores. We got some matchups. For a little small school basketball, Jack, why don't you throw me some scores? Why don't you throw a little scores Andy's way?
Scores on the girls' side from Monday and Tuesday. Of course, the only River Valley team in action on Monday was Mid-Prairie, who beat Washington 61-40. In the SEISC North, The Highland Huskies locked up the first ever 16-0 season in school history in the
Oh my
SEISC
gosh.
North. Yes, they did.
Just like Indiana.
Yeah.
Red.
16-0. It's the first time they've ever done that. They beat Louisa Muscatine 63-59. Very hard fought game between those two. But Highland, finishes undefeated in SEISC North play on the girls' side. So congrats to Highland for that one. Winfield Mount Union lost to Columbus. The Wildcats got the win 66-56 in the South. Cardinal in New London. How about a little all union area battle, non-conference? And it was the Comets 54-24 getting the win there. They were obviously the only team in action in the South Central. And in Sickle, Keota beating Montezuma. Huge win for the Eagles, a ranked Montezuma team. They knocked them off at Keota High School. That's 2 losses in a row, actually, for Montezuma. I think they lost to English Valleys the game before. So they win 47-45. Keota then turned it around on Tuesday, beat Iowa Valley 63-34. No problem for them. Andy, as in usual fashion, we'll have to do some score research. Cardinal and Clark Community played on Tuesday. No score reported. In the SEISC South, Holy Trinity beats New London 35-15. In the North Division, Columbus knocks off Pekin 37-35, 2-point win. That's a big one for Columbus. Hillcrest fell to Lone Tree, and Winfield Mount Union gets some revenge on Tuesday, beats Waco 40-34. And as I mentioned in the A block, Mid-Prairie turned things around, won an all-ranked matchup by 10 over Tipton 52-42. Back to Monday on the boys' side. Mid-Prairie, of course, beat Washington 68-57. In the games in the North, Highland getting a big-time win over Louisa Muscatine on the boys' side. Nice win for the Huskies. And then Winfield Mount Union beat Columbus 61-50 over in the South matchups. New London takes revenge in the boys' game against Cardinal after losing in the girls 78-44. Really nice win for New London. Their record, I don't think, is reflective of how talented they actually are. I think they've got some good players. Had a really slow start to the year. And in the Sickle, Keota also beating Montezuma on the boys' side. Now, a big win as well for the Keota boys, 63-62 by 1. Couple of thrillers at Keota on Monday night. Iowa Valley did then knock off Keota, 63-45 on Tuesday. I do have the score for the Cardinal Clark Community boys game. It was 73-55 in favor of Clark. In the South, there were no teams in action in the South, apart from Holy Trinity, who played Fairfield. They beat them 64-26. Holy Trinity's got a good boys team there. In the North, Pekin beats Columbus 60-49. That is, I believe, 10, might even be 11 now in a row for Pekin. Pretty incredible run they're on. Hillcrest Academy blows out Lone Tree 85-61, and Winfield gets a 54-31 win over Waco. That's the top 3 teams in the SEISC North. And, of course, Mid-Prairie, as I mentioned, crushed Tipton 77-36, one day after beating the Washington Demons. A lot of back-to-back action for our teams. Andy, and in the SEISC, we have our pairings as a result for the boys and girls tournaments. There's still some boys conference games that are going to happen after, but as things stand, who is playing whom on the boys and the girls side in the tournament, or I guess in the, not round robin, but the seed matchups, standing matchups between the North and the South on Saturday.
It's the Super Conference's annual shootout, a survivor series of epic proportions as the top 8 in the North take on the top 8 in the South. And we're just going to go backwards in order of seeding, starting with the girls. By the way, all of the games that won't be played at SEC Championship night on Saturday. By the way, sorry if I cut out there for a second. Uh-oh. You can hear me, right, Jack?
Yeah, it's a little robot-y.
Hello?
A little robot-y.
Oh. I don't know what's going on. The wiring in this place. the people that are messing with my internet from fiber optic trying to upsell me, I know you're messing with my internet. I'm not going to get tricked. Okay, anyway, on the girls' side, the 8 seeds, all these are at North sites except for the top 2, and I'll explain that in a second. The 8 seed is the Hillcrest Ravens, who will be going against New London at 6 o'clock at Waco. I kind of fibbed there because they're at North sites, but there's doubleheaders. After that Waco game, or after that Hillcrest New London game, this is the girls, by the way, Waco versus Notre Dame. Those are at Waco on the 5th. That's Thursday. That's my kid's 8th birthday. Also on the 5th at Pekin and beautiful Packwood, we got Wapello and Holy Trinity. We got Pekin and Central Lee. By the way, the first team, for all you geography challenged people, the first team I mentioned is the North team. At L&M that same night, Columbus at Van Buren County, and L&M against West Burlington, and then on the 7th, which I assumed were at SEISC, but according to this, it's at Highland High School. The Highland Huskies will be playing in the championship match for the girls. Mediapolis, Highland, 2:30 in Riverside. Be there or be square. Also, Lone Tree and Danville playing in the preamble at 1 p.m., the second place game. On the boys' side, everybody get ready for the boys' side, where at Van Buren County High School on Friday night, we got New London and Lone Tree going at it. We got Van Buren County and Highland going at it. And then at Holy Trinity Catholic, Danville, Wapello, Holy Trinity, Columbus. And then it's Central Lee High School on the roads at Donaldson, Iowa, where West Burlington and Waco will battle in a clash of teams that start with the letter W. Central Lee will play Pekin. The Panthers will be looking for either their 11th or 12th in a row. And then at Father Monet Gymnasium at Notre Dame. Don't know what SEC was doing where they're not hosting these anymore. I guess this is news to me. 6 o'clock, Mediapolis against Winfield Mount Union. And then the Notre Dame Nikes host the Hillcrest Academy Ravens for the shootout title. Both the Hillcrest boys and Highland girls going for a shootout championship, and we'll decide who's better at hoops. Is it the Yankee North or the Dirty South? A perfect preview of what is to come. Tournament time next week. Best time of the year. March Madness. Take a seat, bud. It's all about the Super Conference shootout. What the heck? Why aren't they having all those at the same site? SCC, Jack, what do they got doing? They probably got a basketball game.
I don't know. By the way, that will be 12 in a row for Pekin if they get it done.
Be 12 in a row. It's going to be crazy. And speaking of crazy, what letter does the word crazy start with, Jack? C. And the C block's coming. We're going to talk a little bowling, a little wrestling. Jack's going to tell you which of our girls wrestlers are going to the state tournament to be accompanied by Andy and Jack on Thursday. We'll see you on the C block.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At SeaFirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with SeaFirst today and see why together is better.
Bring the kids and share the memories at the 2026 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Experience the sights, sounds, and traditions of steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, and more. First visit or a family tradition. Enjoy home-style food, the excitement of an Old West shootout, and nightly entertainment. For generations, this is where memories are made. Celebrate history and make new memories at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, September 3rd through 7th in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Bring the kids and share the memories at the 2026 Midwest Old Threshers Reunion. Experience the sights, sounds, and traditions of steam engines, antique cars and trucks, tractors, and more. First visit or a family tradition. Enjoy home-style food, the excitement of an Old West shootout, and nightly entertainment. For generations, this is where memories are made. Celebrate history and make new memories at the Midwest Old Threshers Reunion, September 3rd through 7th in Mount Pleasant, Iowa. Visit oldthreshers.com for more details.
Prep Sports Plus, powered by the Southeast Iowa Union. Real quick jump in. Congratulations to our state qualifying girls bowlers. It's a little different this year where they have the girls separate from the boys, so the boys haven't qualified yet. But Mount Pleasant Cheyenne Smith went out and dropped a 568 in Clinton to get the 20th of 32 spots. She's still alive for a state title. She had a really good SEC tournament as well. And then in 1A, straight out of Sigourney Kyoto, Sophia Young drops a 578 at the West Burlington qualifier. And I'll tell you what, we got two kids that could be coming home with some big old bowling trophies. By the way, Sophia was the 12th of 32. And hers, they will play it out until the top 8. They'll all play individually to get the top 8. Then they will bracket it out for an old style tournament and mano y mano. And best of luck to those guys, guys bowling qualifiers coming up, I believe next week. So what do we have this weekend, Jack? We have one of the biggest events in all of Iowa and one of the newest. Girls State Wrestling. Jack, you got our first round matchups.
I do indeed. I was at the Wapello qualifier that had a ton of the girls who I'm about to name at it, who qualified. All 1A qualifiers. Mount Pleasant, unfortunately, did not have a qualifier this year, so no one from 2A, but we've got 14 wrestlers from the area.
Sam Darnold, right?
What?
Sam Darnold.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Good omen.
Well, hopefully. But 14 wrestlers, 6 schools in total will have some representation at state. They are as follows. Our lone big school qualifier school was Fairfield. They got 2. Samantha Lyons, of course, who finished 4th last year. She's coming in as the number 2 seed at 170. Kendra Allison will also be there at 235. They both qualified at the Wapello qualifier. Highland and Pekin each got 3 wrestlers. Highland has the other number 2 seed, Adley Sweeting. She will be number 2 at 120 pounds. Chloe Sexton, the number 12 seed at 190, and Maya Singbile at 140 is the number 11 seed. For Pekin, Lexa Nelson, Haley Patrick, Lila Miller are all going back to state. They all went last year. Nelson 110, Patrick 145, and Miller will join Sweeting at 120. Also joining Sweeting in the 120 bracket is Sadie Clarahan of Sigourney Kyoto. She made it as a second place finisher, as well as Kia Montgomery at 125. She's the number 10 seed there. Mid-Prairie, getting a couple of representatives at state. Ellie Callahan is the big one. She's making her 3rd appearance, was open with me. I talked with her after that Wapello qualifier, and one of the first things she said was, this makes up for last year where she did not qualify for state. She was very excited to get back there. She will be the 7th seed in the 190-pound bracket. Sophie Miller will be going at 145 pounds as the 6th seed. And then Van Buren County will have a couple of the I guess first, I assume they do it, they order it by the smallest weight classes go first, which means Van Buren County will have a couple of wrestlers out right away. Bristol Wiley, just a freshman for VBC. She qualified in first place actually at Wapello at 100 pounds. She will be there, and Armani Adams is going at 105. So yeah, 2 from VBC, 2 from Sigourney Keota, 2 from Mid-Prairie, 2 from Fairfield, and then 3 from Highland and Pekin. So there you go. Exciting times on Thursday and Friday, going for some state titles.
It is exciting times. State titles are on the line. It's neither Jack nor mine. It is one of the girls that actually qualified. I was trying to rhyme. Frig, rhyme.
Qualify. I don't know.
Whatever.
It's tough.
Quick Super Bowl predictions, Jack and Peter.
Peter, go first.
Seahawks 27, Patriots 24.
I will go 20, Seattle 24, New England 17.
I'm going to be the dissenting voice, even though I want my friends to be happy with the Seahawks winning. I'm going to say, I'll do this just like I did the Fairfield Mount Pleasant game.
Oh, God.
I'm going to say Seahawks are up 23-21. Final drive of the game. 4th down, Drake May. Bomb pass to Stephon Diggs, who leaps up, juggles it, drops the ball, flag on a very questionable pass interference, sets up the game-winning field goal, and the Patriots win it 24-23, controversially, and that's what I'm going with.
Be terrible. That would be terrible.
Heartbreaking for everyone.
But we'll see. It's why they play the game.
It's why they play the game. That's why they play the game, and so that you could. What are you guys Bad Bunny fans?
I'm excited for Bad Bunny. It'll be a good time.
I felt like a dummy. Didn't realize when they announced Bad Bunny, even who he was, and I realized that he's the guy from Happy Gilmore, and I enjoyed that movie. So, yeah, we'll see.
All right.
We'll see. I don't know any of his songs, so I'm going in blind. I will give my full, unbiased report of Bad Bunny's halftime show.
I'm excited for it. It'll be good.
That's right. And, yeah, that's it. You got anything else, Peter? Jack?
Let's watch some wrestling on Thursday and Friday. Enjoy the action.
Big wrestling.
And tune in.
Ladies and gentlemen. No, it's not ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Tune in on that. You were going to say all that, and then followed by tune in to the Southeast Iowa Video Network Friday night doubleheader. Washington, Madison. My son, Zeph Walker-L, who was also sick, Andy, like you.
Yes. Hopefully he knocked it out. Like I slept for 2 straight days.
He reported to me yesterday that he has recovered, so he should be back on the call. I know the people really love Zeph. Oh, and shout out to Cale Williams. We didn't mention him going to Drake to play football. There'll be a story about it in Thursday's paper.
Shout out, cool picture of him scoring over the Mount Pleasant brothers, the Towers, from that game on Friday night. It's in at least, I don't know if it made the paper, but it's at least on the website. Shout out Kale. Shout out Addison Clark, who is going to Simpson College for some volleyball, and that story will also be in the thing. And if you remind me, I was going to do the Ready to Rumble. I was going to do the Let's Get Ready to Rumble thing, but what does he say? What does Buffer say before that? Next show, if I'm feeling it, I'll start the show out with the Let's Get Ready to Rumble in honor of the girls wrestling.
Nice.
We'll see you next week. See us at the wrestling, at the basketball.
Come say hello.
Not sick anymore, so don't worry.